Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another video here at Blue Glow Electronics. Hopefully this one will be a simple one, but could be a little bit tricky as I've had some experience with these units before. This is a Yamaha Natural Sound CR1040, really nice receiver. The guy that brought it to me, friend of mine up the road a little bit, he didn't bring the cover with it, but these usually have a really nice wood grain finished cover with a nice metal grid over the heat sinks there. Really nice little units. So basically what he wanted done to it today, he wanted the lights behind the dial here are out, and he wanted those checked out and fixed, as well as he just wanted the unit checked out and pots cleaned, that type thing, make sure it was working well. So let's dive on into the light situation. I will tell you, I have powered this up. I used it in a video, the last video I made, where I was kind of showing my workbench setup. So I know for a fact that it plays and that it checks out well spec wise. But we can do that again real quick anyway. Let's dive on into the lamps. Okay, as we turn the unit around, we find something quite interesting here. If you'll notice, there are 4 bulbs across the back here in a strip, and none of them are lighting up. And so what did I do? I first set a meter right here on both sides of this bulb, and where it kind of connects in at. And by the way, this bulb right here was completely missing. So put a meter on both sides where the little copper strips are, where the bulb would have screwed in at, and made connection. And I got nothing. And I thought, that's interesting. But then I thought, I've seen this before. So what I did was kind of took a look at what's going on here. And if you'll notice, this thing is being fed via 2 wires right here. And these 2 wires are the power feeding this whole strip. And I measured across that. And let's show you what we get here. We'll connect one on here. And one on here, and then if we take a look right here, let me turn the unit on, that would help. There we go. What do we get? It's 32 point something, 32 volts basically. And so then what you realize is this is really 4 bulbs here wired in series. And so if you kind of trace the circuit, then at that point it's let me turn it back off here just to be safe. It's pretty easy to figure out as the so I can get it over here so you can see it. The circuit kind of comes in right here, feeds over through this bulb out to the other side, and then you can see that circuit there follows all the way along the bottom here to this side. Then kind of goes through that bulb to here, over here, through this bulb to here, over here, through this bulb, and then back over here to this strip. So basically it's one long series circuit with all these bulbs in series with each other. Well, guess what happens? Remember the old Christmas tree lights that one bulb burned out and the entire string of lights burned out? Well, that's exactly what has happened here. So without this bulb, this whole setup's not going to work. And, I originally thought, well, 4 into 32 is 8. They're probably using 12-volt bulbs is my guess. And I went out and actually looked it up on a schematic, and that's true. What they're basically doing is running them at about 80% so that they have long life. But with one missing here, it's not going to work at all. So I thought about just soldering in, kind of an 8-volt bulb right here. Because I thought finding these little plastic things might be darn near impossible. And then, I got to thinking a little more about it. And I thought, well, I'll go see if I can find some of these little plastic things. As you can see, let me get the focus on it here. It's a little green bulb right here. And the green bulb itself is mounted into this little plastic holder, and then you can kind of see here on the back side, or right here on the side, where these where the little wires poke through and turn that would make connections as you as you kind of lock that thing back in there like that. So, let me show you what I found when I went online and looked. I just happened to type in CR1040 Lite, and lo and behold, up pops a Yamaha receiver lamp bulb repair kit. And if you look at what comes in the kit, it comes with 4 green lights and the little plastic holders. It also comes with 4 other bulbs for the bottom lights, the meters, and then it comes with 1 bulb for the basically the indicator dial. So I thought, you know what, we're just going to click on buy it now and get a set of those, because while I could wire something in, you know, it just would not end up looking perfect. So as you can see, we've got our order placed now. Let's jump back over here to the radio. Okay, so you know, I'll get these in and replace them, and hopefully that'll fix it. Then we've got these. I pulled these out just a minute ago, and these are the bulbs. There's 4 of them that light up the meters on the front, and it's basically a little plastic holder, and then what's supposed to go inside of there is another 12-volt bulb, like what was shown in the eBay auction. But lo and behold, you pull these little caps off, and what someone wired in here, some little blue LEDs. I've yet to figure that out, because these LEDs would operate around, you know, 3 volts or so. So, you know, they don't work, none of them. And I can see why. They're probably all burnt up. So hopefully when we get in the 12-volt bulbs and replace all these, we'll be back in great shape. I did check the wiring down here where these LEDs kind of connect back to the post, and there is 12 volts there. So the good news is we've got voltage feeding to these bulbs. It's just 12 volt feeding a 2.5 or 3 watt LED. Not going to last very long, so I can see why those are burnt out. But hopefully this whole kit for 20 bucks will get the front end of the lights going on this thing. And while we're waiting on those, you know, probably take a couple days for those to show up. You know, we'll part the video, but let's go ahead and hook this thing up and listen to it and see how it performs on the you know, on the meters. Okay, we've got the unit on the bench hooked up now and running. Got it hooked up to the HP 8903 audio analyzer, the oscilloscope, and the 3582 spectrum analyzer. And I'm feeding it out at 0.4 volts, so pretty darn close to line level right now. And as you can see, got it on distortion. I'm getting 0.04% distortion, so pretty darn low. If I switch to the other channel, 0.038, so it's, you know, it's great. Up here, no harmonics whatsoever, really nothing, not even a blip there. And as you can see, a nice clean sine wave over here. But I do want to try running it through the frequency response and whatnot. So we've actually set all the, you know, the balance, the treble here, presence, bass, and loudness, kind of all to flat, right in the very middle. So let me hook it up to the software and see how it does. Okay, I ran a frequency response from 20 hertz to 30,000 hertz, but this thing cuts off at 20,000 hertz. It's just part of the setup. I ran 2 traces. The first one I ran was the yellow trace, and you can see it here. It follows along the 0 flat response, and it starts to dip just the slightest bit. We're down 1 dB at 20K, which is not bad at all. And then I ran trace 2 here, and which is the blue line on the right channel. The first one was on the left channel, and as you can see, they pretty much lay right on top of each other. So this thing is pretty darn flat across the 0 to 20 kilohertz, which is all anyone would ever be able to hear with their ear anyway. And honestly, most people's hearing drop off somewhere around the 13 to 18K range, so you'd be even down a half a dB at that point. So this thing's looking great as far as frequency response. Okay, and up next I ran total harmonic distortion plus noise versus frequency on both channels. You can see the yellow and the blue. I mean, this thing all the way across to 20 kilohertz is below the 0.1 mark. So absolutely astounding response on this thing. Really nice receiver. And last but not least, I'm running a square wave into it, driving it pretty hard. And you'll notice here it's following, it's hanging with the square wave pretty darn good. There's really no overshoot or ringing here on the rise or the fall of either of these. A little bit of rounding off here, but that could very well be due to the kind of the treble and bass settings on this thing. It's hard sometimes to pull those completely out of the circuit, even though you put them on flat. But as you can see, that thing's looking great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap today on this video. Make this part 1, and when I get the bulbs in, I'm going to make part 2. It'll be a quick video. The reason I want to do that is I got my new camera in, and so it's the Canon G7X. It's a pretty neat little cam used by tons of YouTubers for vlogging and making videos. So hopefully it's going to work out great and give some good quality audio. I did a lot of research on what I wanted to get here. Also bought a little like a little mount that you hold it with that'll hopefully help sturdy some of what we're doing here and get rid of some of the shakiness I had in my videos. So hopefully everybody's enjoying this. Give me some feedback on the camera. I want to get this video posted today. I also headed to Raleigh, North Carolina for the weekend. Going to go up and visit Dennis Had today and hang out at his shop a little bit. Then there's a big ham fest in Raleigh this weekend, tomorrow morning, so I'll hang out there tomorrow. So maybe I'll take this long and make some video of the ham fest and some stuff I find laying around there. But thanks again for everybody watching, sticking with me through all my camera issues and voice issues and whatnot. But give me some feedback and let me know if this is any better. Thanks, everyone.